Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is going to be on the Iwami. And the Iwami is the same as the Iwami B, obviously. Both you can actually get right now in the store. We'll take a look for you guys. Iwami B you can actually get from the Pinata chest at a 1% rate. So some people are going to have it from that. If you're watching this currently, also the Aban Festival, which only has about a week left by the time you guys see this. You can get a Wami for doubloons or Global XP. Yeah, okay, so a lot of people are going to be having this ship, and I want to be very clear this is the same hull as Hizen, not Yamato. We showed that in the last video. The hulls are way different than Yamato, okay? So between this and Hizen, which you can get in the shop right now, I would get Iwami. Iwami is a better ship in my opinion, more accurate. While it does have four less of these 16-inch guns, it reloads quicker, kind of making up for that. Also has torpedoes and enhanced secondaries, right? They're not very long, so but they are better than the secondaries on Heezen. So let's get started. We're using Borg Queen for this build. And whatever battleship you use for Japanese on your normal ones, just whatever commander you use for the Japanese battleships, just go ahead and use. We're using Pablo de Ravel with Colorado, along with its skills of flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, high octane warrior with fight fire with fire. Now, as you can see here for modifications, aiming systems mod 1, prop and concealment is always in 2 and 3. And in the last slot, we are using main battery mod 3. And if you want, like I did on the Wami B for our video, you can upgrade that to a legendary modification as well. So for your heals, you get 3 heals. So you get one more heal than what Hizen gets, or Heezen. I'm not going to pronounce any of these right. You guys aren't here for that. And you do get an enhanced secondary target. Now you do lose the spotter plane or the observation plane and the catapult fighter option here, but that's okay. It does have a little bit more accuracy than Heezen to start with. Specs: 80,000 health, so you have 5,000 more health than Heezen. Main guns, these things are pretty solid. You only have 8, but they have good firing angles like Heezen. And your reload is 20 seconds. So they do reload pretty quick. Also, for this build, you can see the AP pretty solid at 4,900, right? Solid. Torpedoes. You have 2 sets of 4 for 15 kilometers. These things hit pretty darn good too. One thing to note here too, guys, really quickly on the secondaries, they're 6.3, so I think they go out to 10.3 maxed out. This is a beginner's guide video. Most people ain't even gonna get them to that. And my rule of thumb on secondaries is uh, if you can't get them out into 11 kilometers, they're really not worth using. You can't get these out to 11. And also, there's not a lot of them. They have a respectable fire chance, and with only 25, you're looking a lot less than some of them other ships that have way more secondaries, right? And only 9 of them aren't 100 millimeters. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you do have to fire HE out of these main guns, they're not too bad. Okay. Uh, I wouldn't recommend it. The AP solid, but it does have 68 millimeters of pen. And as you can see here on the torps, by the way, uh, they do hit good. And one thing I will note is by the time they get out to 15 kilometers, they spread out a lot. So you're not going to hit a lot with them, but they are still handy to have if you do get in a up close of battle, and they take a while to reload. Just so you guys are aware, and they are on the back of the ship, so they have the kind of the weird firing or the weird torpedo angles, but they still can come in handy. A defense better than Heezen. but not ideal. Most of your AA is in within 3 kilometers. You will shoot down some planes in this thing, um, but you know, if a carrier is going to come at you, it's going to come at you, and there's not a lot you're going to do about it. Maneuverability, uh, same as he's in, basically 27 knots, 880 turning circle, and a pretty rough rudder. Concealment is at 13.6. It's a battleship. You're not going to sneak up on a dead moose in open water. Stats: 15 games, 15 wins. All right. As always, guys, I will tell you that win rate on ships isn't everything at these low amounts, right? 15 matches in, I haven't lost. That doesn't mean the ship is amazing. It is good. I do like it quite a bit. I've had good teammates, as I've said probably for the last 4 videos now. I've been lucky on teammates, obviously. All right. Is it a good ship? Absolutely. I'm averaging 2100 XP, which isn't bad. 1.1 million potential again damage against me while surviving in 8 or more than half of my battles and averaging 100,000 damage. This is about as solid ship as you're going to run across at the tier. Is it the best? No, but it is very good and I highly recommend it. For those of you guys wondering if you're on the fence about it, very solid. Armor, as you can see, not a Yamato. See? You have a 32 millimeter bow and stern. So only Yamato and Musashi overmatch you. One thing with this ship, just like he's in, your deck is 32 to 51, meaning you're gonna get some pens from HE. Outside of that, pretty tanky ship for the most part, unless you go broadside. It does have a turtleback, but again, it's not a really good turtleback. It's in a lot of ways. A lot of people compare this to Yamato for I have no idea, but this thing is more like a Nagato. In fact, it's the same guns, kind of the same, turtleback as Nagato. Uh, they're both 16.1 inch guns. This is a little bit more accurate, I feel, and the reload's much better. But same thing. You can get Citadel sometimes at weird angles. It does have a tiny cheek on this thing, but it's not that bad. All right, it's not like Yamato. It's gonna get punished every 3 seconds in it. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, we're on loop, and we are going to actually be lucky and have a solid Jaeger player. Now, we have skipped a little bit in loop because it takes you 10 minutes to get up to where you're going to actually fight. We did, as you can see, throw torpedoes out so you guys can see the firing angles. By the way, the torpedoes you will hit from time to time. Wouldn't rely on them handy up close. But we're going to be pretty lucky. This Jaeger player here, going to be solid as all Dickens. And he's going to actually spot. Alright. He's going to actually go for the... he's actually going to go ahead and try to get the destroyer spotted. That... American destroyer is running not good detection, clearly, and he's going to get himself in a world of hurt here. Our Jaeger comes up, spots him, and we are going to punish Fletcher. And as you can see here, we're going to take a huge chunk off of him, hitting 5 shots, or hitting 5 shells. So obviously doing about half of his health, maybe more. Our Jaeger player is going to come out solid there. Torps are coming. Massachusetts is broadside. We're going to get some shots off here on Massachusetts. We know Bismarck's here, so we kind of want to chill by these islands in case we needed to disengage. If this is a good Bismarck player, which most seems like charge in and just die, this could be a problem for me, right? But we're going to go ahead and keep focusing on Massachusetts. I'm waiting for my torps to actually come back really quick. I'm letting my destroyer know, hey, that Bismarck might charge you, and that might not be good for you. And he is staying right out of sonar range, as you can see here, and doing a good job. Now, Massachusetts not paying attention. We're going to go ahead and try to lob that island again. Right now, we haven't done a whole lot other than help get rid of that destroyer, right? So we're going to start to move up, and we get a huge chunk on Massachusetts. And really, for the most part, as you can see, for the most part, I do like these guns. I know they're not huge at the tier, but they are helpful. We're not going to do anything to a Bismarck, so obviously kind of knew that. Switch over to HE. Yes, you can use HE in a battleship, guys. And we saw torps were heading his way, and we kind of figured that. And we're going to go ahead, try to get a couple fires on him if we can. And as you can see here, we do get a little chunk of damage and a perma-fire on him. Now, we are trying to get up closer now to help our destroyer out, and at the same time trying to get another fire on him. We're going to switch over to AP. Massachusetts still pushing up, not super paying attention to us. He's now a little bit angled to us, and we're going to work our way up and try to take a couple shots at him. When you guys spawn middle, as you know, it's my pet peeve. Play the middle, right? We're able to affect a huge amount of this match because of being in the middle. Even on a big map like Loop, and this map is huge. And I don't care for this new map. Personally, myself, we're still able to affect a fair amount of this match. And as you can see, our fire and the floods that Jaeger has done has made that Bismarck question life choices. Because now he hasn't been able to do much anything, and he's kind of in a world of hurt. We're just going to charge in. And that's kind of what we're going to do the rest of the match now. We realize really quickly nobody is paying attention to us. We're going to look at putting torps in this gap. And you can see it's got pretty okay firing angles for the torps. But I decided against it because we might need them against this Bismarck. Vladdy is sailing broadside here. We're going to take a shot at him and get our secondaries ready in case we need to brawl with Bismarck, which most of the time, like I said, not scared. We get pretty unlucky on Vladdy there that we only get 3 shells to hit. That's Japanese, though. Sometimes you get them salvos like that where you don't hit as many as you think. And we're going to help take out Bismarck, finish him off, and we're going to continue to push up. Vladdy doesn't look like he's paying attention to us. And we now, being that we spawned in the middle, can get the broadside of the other battleships that are over here. Iwami pops out. And you cannot go broadside in a lot of ships. Iwami in this ship, however, and he's in, sometimes you get away with stuff you shouldn't. That's one of them right there. Same thing with Repub, right? Like, you can hit Repub a bunch of times and not get Citadels. You know, French battleships seem to be like that in general, but we're still gonna catch some shots, and we haven't really been spotted a whole lot right now. So we take a chunk off of him. Kagero gets spotted here. We're actually gonna take a look at taking a shot at him, but Vladdy is out. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot at Vladdy again. Get a little bit unlucky on these salvos because that should have earned a lot more. It's a Vladdy. Should be pretty much dead, right? That should have been almost a depth strike at least, or at least taking most of the health out. And just remember once in a while in a ship to go ahead and get rid of torps on each side if you can. Now, left side of the map has pushed whatever cruiser that is. I believe it's actually a as they go and ram each other. I believe it is actually a Dutch cruiser that's over there. But we're going to go ahead, take another shot here at Vladdy. I was thinking about switching to HE here, but with the commander we have with Board Queen, you get more help actually on your reload by keeping to AP. And So we're going to continue to do that as we get our high caliber. And we're going to charge this smoke because either this destroyer is going to have to run away or we're going to get up close. And we do have the secondaries and we do have torps. Now, are we going to eat torps? Probably, but we got a ton of health. So I'm not too worried. As you can see, a much better result. Kagero is right there. Now, we do know from the earlier video this week, I started to pay attention a little bit to it. This match is going to end here. You can see the score now. As you can see, 50. If I take that shot at Kagero and Kagero dies too, match is over. So I want to try to get what I can. I'm being greedy here. But we know this match is over. We got all the caps. We got a destroyer, knows what he's doing. I'm pushing in. John DeWitt gets spotted, and we're going to go ahead and take a shot. Not even look. We're just going to go back and worry about destroyer. If we do kill him, we got to worry about this destroyer. Or if we don't kill him, we got to worry about the destroyer. But we do kill him, and the match is over. So kind of a showcase here. Very similar to his in some ways, but you have a little bit more utility. A high caliber, top of leaderboard, helping our team win. Anyway, you guys have a super wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time.